I bet you I wired it backwards or something. Oh yeah! And we got winchage. You know, people traditionally don't think of winches and zip ties going together, but you know, when there's a will, there's a way. What do you think they should do, Frank? Should they like and subscribe? Should they subscribe to the channel so they could see Frank? Howdy, welcome back to the Addicted Motors YouTube channel. My name is Troy, and this is maybe part 3 or 4 of my cheap D1 disco build. And today we're going to be installing something that's probably worth as much as the truck. For those who are new to the channel, let's just do a quick recap of this D1. Now, this was a truck that I found on Facebook Marketplace that had been sitting for like 6 or so months, listed as a parts truck with a disassembled interior. It was kind of in an odd part of North Carolina near the coast. And it just sat there. And, you know, when I purchased my other green D1 with the questionable engine, I kind of began the search, looking for another 4-liter in case it came to that. And so, you know, this had 240,000 miles, and I reached out to the gentleman. I was like, you know, hey, does it run and drive? He says, yeah, it will start. It runs a little rough, but I did a compression check, and, you know, it's got good compression and whatnot. So, awesome. So I went down, I bought it, $1,000, brought it back. Breathed some life into it, oil change, plugs, regap the spark plug, clean everything out, MAF sensor, you know, all those little type of things that you do when you're trying to bring life back to a neglected vehicle. Fix a bunch of vacuum leaks, a bunch of little stuff. So, did that, brought it back. I had this ARB that I got for $100 on Facebook Marketplace. I slapped that on, and I have these AUXBeam lights that were sent to me by a company called AUXBeam. They're about retail for around $170. I slapped those on the ARB as well, but I was missing one key aspect of the off-road cheap build, and that was a winch. And lo and behold, look what appeared. And I can't say how thankful I am that I had a gentleman reach out. His name's Cameron. He works with Weston Superwinch. They've combined forces to, I guess Weston bought Superwinch, and he sent me a winch. I was sent a free winch, and I can't thank him enough. That is awesome. So I've been doing YouTube for about, I don't know, 4 years now. I've got a lot of videos. A lot of it's Land Rover centric, but we do a lot of things. I spend a lot of money buying and selling these cars and spending time creating these videos. And, you know, some people appreciate them and some don't, but it is a cool gesture that when a company does reach out and sends me something useful and of value that I can, you know, show and, you know, put to the test, because I drive all these vehicles and I don't just keep them parked in my yard, but I do because most of them are broken. So, big shout out to Cameron and Superwinch. I think this is like a $600, but he actually sent me 2 of them. I have 2 free winches. That's just awesome. So this probably competes directly with the Badlands, the Harbor Freight Badlands edition that I have on, or the Apex Harbor Freight Badlands that I have on my other D1. So it's going to be an interesting dichotomy, right? This is the cheap sub $2,000 build, and my other one I probably have like $13,000 into it, and they're almost about the same truck, except one's manual and has a snorkel. So that is how the Land Rover world works. So this is a 10,000 pound winch. I'm going to unbox it, and we're going to put it on this D1. And this is the truck that I'm driving out to another work weekend this weekend. And we're going to be clearing some trails and stuff. So not only are we going to try to install this winch, we're going to put it to the test. And then I think I'm going to have this white D1 be the cabin truck, you know, just for use up there, because I can't have this many Land Rovers in my driveway. So again, I know it's night, not ideal for this type of video, but we're going to unbox it, set it up, and at least start the installation process. I'll probably have to remove those lights. And if you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and follow along for some of the most contents or Land Rover automotive content on YouTube. I do a lot of uploads, and I'm fairly active on here and Instagram. So let me know. All right, so here she is, the SX12. So this one's actually a 12,000 pound winch, which is pretty neat. So it comes with a lot of stuff. It's got the controller box up here. You got your clevis, your controller, and everything like that. So it's all, you know, it's all fun. Like I said, this is not a $1,500 winch. This is a $600 winch. but it's going on a $1,000 truck. So this is absolutely perfect for my use case, and you really don't need any more than that. These are fairly quality products. I've watched some reviews on Project Ranch, and they've done well. So again, we'll go ahead and put it to the test, but let's get it mounted first. Now, the thing with these winches and mounting them on these Rover ARB is there's a winch plate. You just kind of sit it on the bumper here, but these ARBs don't have that. So they're going to have to be mounted to the front, which will kind of mess with the orientation of the winch itself. So I'm going to figure out a way to properly orient it in the bumper and get it all kind of fastened down. So that might take a little bit of MacGyvering. All right, so the next thing I have to do is probably disconnect this the top controller and reconfigure some of the wires in location because it's too, I guess, wide to fit. I guess I have to fit it like this in the winch bumper because here's my mounting bolts. So I'm gonna have to relocate the solenoid and whatnot. So gonna unscrew these 4 bolts, pull it off, check it out, and I'll check back in a second. All right, so once that's there, you kind of pull it back, let it sit. I've got to cut a couple of these zip ties. This will allow a little more slack. All right, so now that these are separated, here's what they're referring to. I guess there is an extension or extra cable that you can then access, and I think I route this through the other side. So basically unsnip this little bad boy. Come on, let me go. All right. Can't see it well in the video. I'm just going to route this wire out of the opening in the back. And again, this is just going to provide a little extra flex cabling. Just like that. So this will go here, reconnect back here, and then I will put the plate back on and reattach everything. So again, I'm not sure what order this needs to be done is, but the ground cable does not come attached. I've got to find some matching hardware. Oh no, the hardware is already installed on there. So we're going to install that. You guys can tell I do this often. I know exactly what I'm doing. I don't, which is what makes this fun. This is one of those things you don't have to pay somebody to do. And you can. You can also burn your own truck down if you do things incorrectly, but like I said, it's worth it. You gotta be able to do some things. All right, tighten that down. Need the right tools. Right tools. All right, so I've got everything kind of like provisionally figured out for the most part. It's going to, the actual winch is going to sit like this. This is the front of the truck. This is the front of the truck. I'm going to screw my bolts into here to mount it. And then this will get relocated up to the top so water doesn't drip into all the electrical connections that'll be on the bottom. So that's my thought. We'll shove it on the truck hopefully and give it a shot. All right, so of course it's raining. And I've got all this junk and wiring from my previous hack job I have in the way. So this is gonna go. This is gonna go poorly. Oh.
Probably should have phoned a friend. Okay. Hopefully everything lines up. So I started one.
All right, so some more finagling later. We have the winch installed. Now, I'm sure there's a right way and a wrong way to do some of this, right? You could probably rotate these gearboxes and orient them differently so that you don't have to remove the top solenoid and everything like that, but I didn't do that. The other thing, and maybe I just don't understand how things work, is the ARB doesn't really seem to, I mean, maybe it's this. I'm not sure what, I guess you mount more lights there. I'm not sure where they want you to mount your, that. Where does this go? So I don't know. I might just zip tie this in place so we don't chafe the line. That's gonna be TBD. We're just doing this quick and dirty. Again, cheap build. I'm not gonna hurt myself over this. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna route the power cables, like my provisional mounting spots for the solenoid. Route the power cables down through here and up through one of these holes in the light compartment right to the battery. One day I'll get a battery tie down. I think I don't have any Land Rovers with battery tie downs. It's a shame, so that's what I'm gonna do next. All right, so here's the provisional setup. This is ugly, this is quick and dirty, this is not the final product. Don't worry, the final product is not gonna look much better. I've been doing things the wrong way correctly for a very long time now. I'm an expert. But let's test it out. That's really what I'm trying to do, at least tonight. And let's get that controller and fire it up. Oh. These are already opened up. Don't do that. Okay. Moment of truth. I bet you I wired it backwards or something. Oh yeah! And we got winches. We have a functioning winch. And yeah, that's awesome. You know, you can do this. The whole point of this, you can do this in your garage. This isn't rocket science. You plug it in. Now, that's gonna be it. I mean, well, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, but that's it, guys. The winch is installed. I need to clean things up a little bit. Now, the last thing I wanted to point out, you know, people traditionally don't think of winches and zip ties going together, but you know, when there's a will, there's a way. There's no other option. You have to use the only option you have. So, there it is. This is how it all zip ties. And again, the purpose of this roller bit, because it doesn't have a roller, is, and maybe this is supposed to have rollers, maybe the old school ones had rollers, is to just prevent any type of chafing of the rope. So I've just held this in place with zip ties, and with that much tension, it's not going anywhere. So I'm gonna call that fixed. All right, so it's the next day. I came out here to check my handiwork, and it didn't burn down at night, so that's good. I want to use this winch this weekend. I want to make a video of it. Well, if I get stuck, I'm going to use it. But as far as the install, is pretty straightforward. It is a little bit different than the Apex winch. The Apex 12,000 Harbor Freight winch. It doesn't come with a battery cutoff switch. This one's live connected, which old Land Rover live connection. We'll see how that works out. Not ideal, but I can always add that for another 25 bucks. Not the end of the world. And again, these AUXBeam lights are awesome as well. I'll link those in the description. Again, they sent me them. I don't have a code or anything. But I think initially, like I said, I didn't think they'd look good. They're too big, but I think they look pretty good on this, especially with the ARB. And they actually provide a hell of a lot of lighting, so we'll see how they hold up long term. So there you go, there's the Superwinch. Man, so this truck, I'm in it for $1,400. I got the winch, I got the lights, I got the mud tires. Well, it came with the mud tires, and we're ready to go, guys. This is what it's all about. I'm pretty excited. Again, thanks Cameron for sending the winches. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the second one yet. It might go in the Classic if I can find a bumper for it. If you're in Virginia and you've got a winch bumper for a Range Rover Classic, let me know. I want 5 trucks with bumpers and winches because I'm a child. And on that bombshell, catch you the next episode. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. What do you think they should do, Frank? Should they like and subscribe? Should they subscribe to the channel so they could see Frank? Are you Frank? Are you a stinky dog? Yes, you're a stinky dog.